Emily, Millie, thank you so much for joining us today. Obviously, we're here as part of Speakeasy Club, but I'm working with Hockey Wales ahead of the Junior World Cup coming up next week. You're both involved in the squad. Really, really excited to kind of hear your thoughts about it, what you're looking forward to, maybe some expectations, and maybe just a little bit of insight into your hockey career, really. So, Emily, maybe if we start with you, how did you get into it?
I mean, I always played it at school from a young age, and then started playing for actually Buckingham Hockey Club when I was about 10. And then when I was around 15, started playing for the Welsh setup. Have then gone through like the age group stuff. Have been involved in both a little bit of the under 16s and then a lot with the under 18s, and now with the under 21s mainly. So yeah, that's it really. I moved when I went to school. I then moved to Cheltenham Hockey Club, and then since school, be playing for ISCA and down at Exeter University.
Brilliant. So it's been a pretty big part of your life then.
A huge part of my life, yeah, definitely.
How old were you when you started playing?
I think I was probably around 10 maybe when I started playing like properly for like a local club. But actually probably when I first picked up a stick, I was around 7 maybe. So I did 3 years at school before I joined Buckingham.
Cool. So that school, that kind of initial school influence was really important to get
definitely.
you excited about the game.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Millie, how about you? Same sort of story, really? Or?
Kind of a little bit different. So I didn't actually play hockey at school. I actually only started playing hockey at school when I joined a new sixth form. But I actually started playing because my sister went to a different school to me, and she started playing there and really enjoyed it. So then joined the local club, which was also Buckingham. And then when I was about 10, I started playing for Buckingham, and well, I was there ever since I went to uni, and now I'm playing for ISCA/Exeter University. So yeah.
So I mean, Emily mentioned just before we started. So obviously you're both at Exeter together. You're obviously playing in the same side, or yeah. And then, so did you know each other from Buckingham then as well?
Not from Buckingham.
No, I think I think I must have left the year. Yeah.
Okay. It's probably, I'm involved in a lot of other sports apart from hockey, and all these sports are quite small worlds anyway, aren't they? So it's just a complete coincidence that you were both involved in Buckingham. Fantastic. I mean, I'm really interested in that whole start. You both had sort of different starts in the game, and I'll ask you both in a moment. You know, this is a really cool thing to be going out Junior World Cup, first time since 2001. There's obviously going to be quite a lot of buzz around it, and that's what we want to try and do is create a real buzz and support you and the rest of the team when you're out there. There's going to be a lot of young boys and girls following from Wales, hopefully, probably from across the border as well, and certainly locally to where you guys are at Exeter. What sort of a legacy do you both feel like you might be leaving? Do you feel like you're inspiring younger kids to pick up a stick? Do you even think about that? No pressure if you don't. I'm just really interested. Emily, go for you first.
I think I've noticed it because I've done a bit of coaching. Like I've noticed a bit when I coach, like all the young kids, sort of you get introduced as sort of a Welsh hockey player. So then also like a lot of them then are amazed, and sort of like I've had coaching, they've asked me to sign their foreheads before and like such rogue things like that. But you forget like what it means for little kids who are like just either just starting hockey or like have played it a little bit but only at school or club level, like to actually see maybe where you can take it. I think that sort of like that side of things, definitely it's inspirational. Like when they're so cute, just asking for like on their forehead. It's like, I remember probably when I did this, when I went and watched GB play when I was younger, you sort of asked for so many people's interviews, autographs and stuff like that. So from that side of things, definitely. But now I probably don't notice it as much. I guess a presence on social media makes a difference. People like trying to follow our social media accounts and stuff like that. That's probably the biggest way now.
Brilliant. Yeah, it must be really exciting. Millie, how about you?
I think same thing about the social media is when you get people that, you know, kind of follow Hockey Wales and then they request to follow you as well. It's almost like, whoa, like I don't even know who you are, but yet you're still in kind of the, you know, the hockey environment, the hockey family. I think that just shows that, you know, there are people interested in what you're doing and where you're going with hockey and stuff.
Brilliant. You mentioned the hockey family phrase there. Is that something that's really important to you?
I think so, because I think even so, I was obviously just at Buckingham when before I came to uni. Like I didn't change club, and actually the people that are still at Buckingham now, they still contact me and be like, oh, like how are you getting on? Like congratulations for everything that you've been selected for and stuff like that. And I just think that like the hockey community is so big, but yet so small, because you know so many people that actually you wouldn't know if you didn't play hockey.
Absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like a really tight-knit community as well. It's a really fun thing to be part of. And kind of looking at that, you both mentioned social media, you know, as a really important way of kind of engaging maybe an existing audience that already play the sport and already really enjoy it, but also a new audience as well. Obviously being abroad and being South Africa for the Junior World Cup, that's going to play a huge part. And I've got the live streaming link saved on my desktop, so I'll certainly be watching it, and we're keen to share that, get as many people involved. What are some of those opportunities with social media, do you think, to spread the word of hockey? Emily, over to you.
I would think obviously sponsors are the big thing. As much as we can put out for our sponsors and stuff, that helps. But also I think like hockey viewing hasn't really been possible much, especially to sort of at like our level maybe. So it's only really GB hockey that's shown. So actually the fact that it is live streamed, and I think most of the time like it's free to view and stuff, like anyone can watch that. You don't need to pay to view it. So I think that's a big thing. And the more like accessible it is, the more people will watch it, and like the more people will get to know about how great hockey is. So I think especially like a Junior World Cup level, it's probably people like not that much younger than us will be watching it. So that's quite a good thing, I think.
Definitely, that free to air and free to access opportunity is really important, isn't it? And it's there's no excuses then, really, are there? I'm sure there'll be plenty of both your friends and family watching from back home as well. So that's brilliant. Millie, anything else from you? Do you think?
Just that when like I've had hockey on in my flat, like none of my flat play hockey. They've never seen hockey, never picked up a hockey stick, and they were watching someone with me, and they were just so intrigued and like really enjoyed it. And but like if they hadn't seen that, they would have never been exposed to it. And you know, if they'd seen that and then been like, oh, I want to do that, they then get involved. So it's good that it's free to watch most of the time, because it like increases the profile of hockey.
Definitely. It's really interesting. I think Millie, we might have spoken briefly before. You know, again, I'm sport background, every sport in the business apart from hockey. And I came down on Sunday to watch the match against the seniors, and even from the rules perspective, I'm thinking, right, what's going on there? What's happening with that? Why are they doing that? And I'm naturally really inquisitive, and I want to learn straight away, particularly because I just like to learn, but also so I can enjoy it a bit more. And I think I'm really interested to work with Hockey Wales as Speakeasy and develop some real dead easy, simple kind of explaining the rules of hockey to help everyone enjoy that live streaming environment a bit more. Because again, Millie, as you say, with your flatmates, you know, they won't have a clue what's going on, but you're explaining to them and they're really getting into it then. And I think that's a really exciting opportunity. So talking of exciting opportunities, let's talk about South Africa. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you both?
Like, yeah, definitely a 10. Like, I don't think you could say less than a 10.
Yeah, the exact same, probably definitely a 10. You can't really be any lower.
Brilliant. That's a fantastic start. And I'm sure the rest of the squad are probably very similar in that. Starts, if I'm right, starts on Friday next week, the 1st of April. Or if you're watching this on Friday, the 1st of April when it comes out, starts today. Fantastic. First game is on Saturday, 2nd of April, against India. I believe is right. Real tough group. we've mentioned already, we haven't been there as a nation since 2001. So talk about expectations first. What are you both going into? I guess you both, but also then as a squad, what are you going into this competition with?
Well, I think Wallard has given us, our coach, has given us the aim of being top 2 in that group. Whether it's a bit ambitious, who knows? But obviously you want to go out there and try and aim for that, because then we'll be in the top 8 rather than the bottom 8 after the pool stage. So that's definitely a big squad aim. But yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say something like, we're going to win it. No,
well, obviously you've got to be top 8 to win it.
No, it's of course, it's very important. Those expectations managed, I think, as well, isn't it? But have you had much experience playing against India, Malaysia, Germany in your group, or is this the first time you'll be coming across those sides?
I think I've played against Germany once, but I've never played against probably any non-European side before. Okay. So I think that will just be exciting, because I don't think they play the style of hockey that most European teams actually play, which will be exciting to kind of see that as well.
Talk us through a little bit about that, what you mean about different styles. Again, just really broad, European versus rest of the world. I can imagine we could have a whole day talking about different styles, but are there one or two key characteristics that are different?
I think it's more like how they like position themselves on the pitch, and like their pressing, their outlet. But obviously, I don't really know what to expect from a side like India or Germany, because I've never really played. Malaysia, because I've never really played against them at junior level. Also, I've seen them play at international level, on telly, but never actually experienced it in person.
And talk to me about South Africa as a whole. It's a very proud sporting nation across the board, loves its hockey as well. Any plans? Is there much downtime when you're over there? Are you able to kind of enjoy the atmosphere and the experience as a whole?
I feel like there will be obviously spare time and stuff, but it depends on kind of what's there, and with COVID as well, what will we be allowed to do? Cool. So I think that's kind of up to our manager, but there'll definitely be some downtime, but it depends on almost what's there and what we can do. So yeah.
Brilliant, fair play. Either way, it's going to be a brilliant experience, whatever happens. We've talked about the accessibility online and the opportunity for everyone to watch it. Obviously, the time zone's favourable, so it's only an hour difference, which is great. What does that support feel like? I'm sure you've both got really proud and strong kind of support networks, family and friends. Emily, go to you first. I bet they're making loads of noise about supporting you.
Yeah, I think it's obviously with the whole social media thing as well. I remember getting my first cap, the amount of messages you have saying good luck and well played, and then obviously people watching the game and posting that they're watching the game, to actually come off the pitch and then look at your phone afterwards is actually quite amazing how many people are actually watching it, and you don't think that some people would watch it who do. So I think that definitely is it helps a lot, having all the good luck messages, especially when we go away, especially as far as South Africa. We're away for 2 weeks, away from sort of our family, our friends. Actually getting all those messages before and after a game is really nice to receive, and you definitely feel the support from back home while we're out there.
That's brilliant. I think it's so easy sometimes, isn't it, that when you're not involved, you think, they're not going to see a message anyway, so I won't bother doing it. But to hear you say, no, we do see them, we really value it, really appreciate it, I think it's probably a plea to everybody watching this. Do send those messages of support to you guys and to the team as a whole. You'll definitely see it, and it's really gonna make a difference to you. So that's really exciting. Millie, how about you?
Pretty much the exact same, but definitely having as well family just behind you and supporting you, and even my village. I think after when we went to Pisa, it was in our local village newsletter, and it's just great to kind of see that kind of stuff and people reading it, and people that I don't even know saying good luck to me, and or well done. It just means a lot, really.
Fantastic. Yeah, great reiteration there. I think this is going to be a good opportunity to build that support base for you, well, for you both, but again, for the entire squad. That's going to be really important. I'm really interested, just from both of you. We talked a little bit about the experience as a whole and playing different teams and with different styles in a totally different world. What's the one thing that you're hoping to get out of this experience? Do you think it could be a personal thing or a hockey thing? Could be anything. What excites you? Who's going to go first?
I think playing against sort of that level of opposition is definitely going to be something that's one time that you actually will ever experience it, even if it is just junior level. Sort of this summer, we've got really exciting summer coming up, either potentially Commonwealth Games or potential Division A with the under-21s. So sort of playing against those countries that we're going to face in the summer, no matter which team we're playing for, sort of like, I think that for me is definitely going to be one thing that I'm going to take away, sort of getting used to that standard of play, and just experiencing that.
Excellent. Millie?
I've almost got two things. One is that, like, I've never been below the equator before. So if I go to a country that, I probably wouldn't go to, I think my dad said to me that there might have been only one person in our family that's ever gone below the equator as well. Okay. So that's, quite, that'd be so fun. But also, like Em said, playing against teams that, we're going to face in this summer. And I remember Kev saying that actually it will just improve our hockey and improve our understanding, that when we do go and play senior level, we're almost not, we already know what to expect, rather than going in and not knowing really what's going to happen.
I think from a coaching team perspective, they'll probably both be, they'll be really glad you talked about that level of competition and pitting yourself against some of the best in the world. Maybe as an experience now, but moving forward, that's absolutely the level that both you and the rest of the squad, the whole team and the setup want to be competing at. So that's fantastic to hear. Really, really excited for you both. Where can people follow you? So people, you talked about social media. If people want to follow you both, follow the team, where can they do that? And where can they lend that support to you?
Probably Instagram for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
or Twitter.
Just Instagram or Twitter is the best way forward. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. At Hockey Wales as well. I'm sure most people will be following this. I think it's juniorworldcup.hockey as well is the website with the live streaming. So it's a fantastic opportunity. Thank you both for your time.